welcome to 2026. I woke up to two things this second day of January: a flat front tire and the first decent load of snow. I don't really remember if we had snow the past year, but definitely not as much as now. I felt quite excited when I woke up, so couldn't wait to get outside and go for a little ride. The goal for this ride was really simple. A, to simply get some snow on the bike and get outside. And B, to get some fresh new spare tubes. I wanted to gear up a bit better now that we're in this exciting new weather. I was running these super slick tires, so I wanted to at least replace the or switch out the front tire with something a bit more grippy. So I'm heading to my studio to do a quick pit stop and hopefully avoid any accidents from happening. Almost too late here, but I'm still standing. I keep a lot of my bike parts and bikes here in the studio space, so when I need something I need to make it out here, which is fine, it's not too far. So this is the tire. It's the tire that originally was on the bike. It's a pretty cool tire actually, I think. And obviously has some knobs going on. So let's see. Should get me a bit more grip. We don't really get a lot of snow here in the Netherlands. We're not really used to it, so going out for this ride felt quite exciting and adventurous. We're not as used or prepared to snow as our more northern European neighbors. So on we go. We're on the good old Kanaalweg. The Dutch are never really giving up on using their bikes for transportation, but with these conditions it's definitely less busy on the streets. I think most people were waking up surprised and trying to figure out what to do today. The main big event in life last year, and potentially this year as well, was getting engaged. Me and my now fiancé are trying to make it work to get married this spring. Let's see how that turns out, but in any case, can't wait to take this next step and build out our future together. As you might expect, I've got some bike-related things to look out for this year. I'd love to go on a longer bikepacking trip again. Not sure where exactly, but probably somewhere in Europe. Next to that, I'd love to build up a couple of more bikes and wheels, starting with the Rune Nightwood, and slowly but surely thinking about another dream bike. And of course, making more videos. I'm really curious to see how these will evolve over the coming months. I really enjoy adding something to this wonderful corner of the internet. Thank you to all who have been watching, commenting and following me so far. I'm not really a good planner. but sometimes I do like to look ahead on what's coming, trying to prevent things getting in the way too much. So the place I'm going to get these tubes, by the way, the tubes are for the Roan Nightwood, but I'm actually planning to try out a tubeless setup for that eventually. But just to get things started, figured let's just throw in a set of tubes first. But yeah, this place is basically a big mall, and honestly, it's not really my favorite place to go to. But yeah, all the other bike shops were closed, and this was basically the only, or at least most convenient option. And the store is quite cool. Actually, it's like a mainstream, super kind of super cycling store, and yeah, I guess it's quite cool to see if you're ever around here. But yeah, overall, this is not really my favorite place. But yeah, in any case, I'm out here on the bike and got to ride around in the snow a little bit. And at least my trek didn't have to wait outside alone and had some company by a family member. I didn't really film inside too much, so sorry for that if you'd like to see some more of that. But yeah, making my way out again. After a couple of meters, I noticed my front tire was still a bit off. Or empty, better said. I wasn't really sure if I had a puncture or that I just didn't close the valve properly. I didn't really feel like getting the tube out and inspecting it and so on. So just try to get it up to a nice and low pressure to get myself home. I had one small goal left for this ride, to get a coffee and something small to eat at my favorite bakery, the Bakkert. The actual bakery and the main shop is near my own neighborhood, but I recently found out they have this tiny shop here next to the bridge and the water, the canal. They were still open, but almost everything was sold out, except for this delicious brownie. There were two left actually, and they gave me the second one for free, which was very nice. It's another day, but the snow fun hasn't ended yet. In fact, it's expected to stick around for a couple of more days. It's a Monday and on my way to work, but I couldn't resist to take my favorite longer route through the snow and to see how a familiar place looks like in these perfect winter conditions. You might recognize this from an earlier video last October when things were looking a bit more orangey. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll be sure to find myself somewhere between wheels the next time.